going. Hello there, and welcome to Amalia Autumn. Welcome to Noggano, a familiar face in quarterfinals of big major tournaments. And of course, in the north, he's up against No. He's up against Asher. No. He's up against TwistedTootsy of the United States of America. What the hell's going on, Ed?
Yeah, he's so goddamn confused, Baba. He came in as the UK faction for this one, and he immediately built a mortar mat. So, 10 out of 10. Would watch TwistedTootsy again.
Dude, did you happen to see how he demolished, spoiler alert, Von Ivan yesterday?
Oh, did we lose Von Lad to the Twisty God?
We did.
Oh well,
if
you had to lose one NA pro, at least was taken down by another NA Chad. And TwistedTootsy, man, like I was saying just ahead of the cast, Matt, like this is one name from the past that you always love to watch as replays, whether it's on your channel or Tightrope or Dane, and he just somehow brings out the most bizarre strats and manages to execute them.
He does, and it was vintage TwistedTootsy yesterday. He got an M5 with the assault officer inside, and he got 6. That's right, Ed, not 1. He got 6 squad wipes with it in a minute. And then Von Ivan hung on, and then he got an annihilation victory with Achilles M10s. It was godly. But we have Noggano going for an interesting strategy versus the Brits today. He's going for a sniper, which of course is going to have to evade all of these Stens and Thompsons and stuff. It's going to be difficult, but he's going to try and do it. Meanwhile, we've got the mortar, which TwistedTootsy uses as a mobile smoke generator to try and close the gap. So it's a really interesting tactical confrontation, and of course the M5 will come. You know it's going to come versus Twisted Ed. You know it's going to happen, but can you do anything about it?
Yeah, it's very squad wipe potential squads TwistedTootsy has, but he could wipe himself here. He has smoked off the sniper angle, but that got a bit close there. Heroic pioneer defense from Nico's engineers there.
Gren's behind the bathtub, making the Tommy's behind the bathtub, making the Gren's retreat to the car there. They're now trying to plant their own sandbags. Noggano senses it, he goes forward. And the sniper should probably be moving to left. Indeed it is. Going to help out that engagement. Mortar versus Pioneers. Who's going to win? The crew members of the Mortar or the Pioneers?
Those glorious Pioneers all day long. It's just a test of wills now. I think the Pioneers should stay in there, but...
Oh no, it was a flanking opportunity.
Yeah,
surprise! He's got him with the bait. And he's now doing a bit of Kimbo stall in there. Gone but not forgotten. Sniper watching the Tommy on retreat here. He's going prone. And we've got a squad wipe in the east. He did get a kill.
For a wipe? Oh,
an eye for an eye, a wipe for an eye. Come on, Sniper, you can do this.
Oh, it's not going to pull the trigger. Get second thoughts on that one. But yeah, good wipe there from TwistedTootsy. And that's what I was saying early on. Just yikers. These 5-man Tommy squads instantly call in at CP0, right, man? They are so heavy on the damage, so you're gonna have contrasting playstyles really, where TwistedTootsy's gonna go for the sledgehammer approach, just wham bam, thank you ma'am, get those wipes, whereas Nico's going for the slow and steady bleed. But in the end, yeah, it's Nico down 200 manpower now.
Yeah, but smoke and ore as well. It is wham bam, thank you man, but he's using this mobile smoke generator to such tactical precision. He's got it on hotkey, and he's keeping the sniper's angles from being super effective. Grenadier's sniper team here, and I'm sure the mortar will be thinking about it. Yes, there it goes. More smoke, cutting the sniper off. This is revolutionary gameplay by the Texan.
It's just done well and done properly. Like, you've got all the tools with this Doction, and he's just using them. But so often in high-level competitive games, we don't see any utilization of smoke, because everyone likes to forehead a big blob towards another blob, usually. So yeah, this is cunning stuff from TwistedTootsy, man.
And that was a lovely effect there. The leaves and branches fell off the tree at autumn. This, of course, a Wolf-made map, the most popular tournament map, made autumnified by Rachel. As the oh god, they're in a tricky predicament. Sniper's going to do a 180 prone scope drop shot, and it doesn't work. And he's okay on retreat because he's been ferried back to base. Probably saying, "Why are you sprinting?" Don't ask.
Well, he hasn't got the 360 MLG no scopes COD footage, but for his clips of Nico's sniper, but he does have 6 kills, so more than a kill a minute. It's been worth it.
Yeah, just about. He's getting that. He's halfway to paying himself at least. Meanwhile, in the south, we've got Grenadiers going for the... God, there's a lot of dead bodies behind that sandbag. It's a very horrible position to occupy. And he's rebuilt the Pioneers, Noggano has.
Yeah, it's a must, because Oster's tech, depends upon it. So he has got his tier 2 down with those fresh Pioneers. He's just waiting for the fuel, I think, Matt. And I'd like to see a bit big aggressive 2-2-2 here.
Yeah,
see what Nico goes for.
Matt, see how it works. Get that 2-2-2 on the field. Grenadiers are really far up here, and he's now claiming the fuel in the south. So I think TwistedTootsy's recoiling and trying to get that M5 out. He has to get to 3 CPs, though, Ed. So got a little bit of a way to go. He needs to get a little bit chaotic and get some experience coming in.
Yeah, again, another smoke utilization here from TwistedTootsy. I think that thing's going to be MVP, isn't it? Get mentioned at the end of the game with like 90 ability uses or something during the game. But yeah, he's definitely getting his quota in of the old smoke and poke this game.
What a mortar shot that was. These 3 Grenadiers are basically one man combined. Bits of limbs and stuff. Sniper gets a shot away there. Now his 7th kill. Asherblar confusing you with Vector. He just thinks you've got a better microphone. So South Koreans cannot distinguish the different British dialects, it seems. Can't blame them. We all sound the same. Like we got cotton wool in our mouths, no doubt. That's the kind of what people say about us, at least.
Yeah, and there we go with the scout car. 6-minute time. It could have been faster from Nico, and it kind of begs the question in Code 3, Matt. I don't know whether you're going to be able to do this, but you could just queue build. As soon as you got the resources, you could build that unit. I don't know if that would ever be a function, but it would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I see what you're saying. Like a chess pre-move kind of thing to save time.
So, like, yeah, like you don't have 200 manpower, 30 fuel for 2-2 at that moment.
Good call, mate.
But
That's, to be honest, that's the kind of feedback we need to give Relic now, because that sounds easy to code. And it sounds like a really good quality.
Yeah, some games, some RTS games have it, so...
it's already a thing.
That's the only reason I know it can exist.
Dude, you should claim it. I'm going to call it Edinger Unit. Edinger Unit, perfect, thank you. And here it is, the party bus is on the field, as is the assault officer. And we all know what's going to happen now. Noggano must have an idea as well. Has he got any talamines down there? Yes, he has. There is an important talamine here. This is what Von Ivan didn't do. Those 4 platelets are in perfect position as the assault Tommies are being rounded up by the Pioneers. The 2-2-2 makes its presence felt. The M5's got to be careful. Not taking the assault officer on board quite yet. Maybe he's waiting for sappers and a minesweeper, perhaps.
Yeah, and he does have 2 Thompson upgrade. Oh, but on the right-hand side, this is where the aggressive 2-2-2 could really start bringing some wipes home for Nico.
Oh, the smoke, it does nothing. The protective goggles, they're not helping. 2-2-2 goes straight through it. He doesn't care. And the Tommies offer nothing, no snare. Because the 2-2-2, you better beware, you better get out of there. And meanwhile, we've got assault officer challenging the Grenadiers. No more rhymes, but we do have a grenade, forcing them off. Grenadier here is low, 2-2-2's up against him. I tell you what, Noggano has to be careful there because his Lee Enfield rifles are deadly. Do we have any squads on retreat? Yes, we do. We have a squad wipe. He's already done it. Sorry, he didn't even need it, but he had it ultra covered, Ed. I thought it was going to be a squad wipe, but he didn't even need it.
He blinked him whilst being shoved around.
Oh, watch this, Tala. Tala. Oh, he could have detonated the Tala, killing the assault officers there. Very careful. But I tell you what, the accuracy of those Tommies can be lethal on retreat, can't it?
Yeah, we just saw Nico there, a bit sloppy with his retreat. Tried to give the old love shove with the 2-2. Oh, and meanwhile, TwistedTootsy, talk about sloppy retreat, but gets away with it. And yeah, if he outlucked Von Lucker yesterday, then who knows how far this guy could go.
Oh, it was brutal. I'm not sure 6 squad wipes in a minute is luck, bad luck, or a combination of both times too. It was pretty hellacious, however. In this game, it seems that Noggano's got it a little bit better scouted. He's a little bit more stable. Sniper's now climbed to his 9th kill, so not exactly a ferocious sniper, but it's steady. Meanwhile, Assault Tommies are marooned and surrounded by the Grenadiers. Grenadiers backing away in the centre. We've got a phosphorus grenade from the Assault. And here comes the pot. Oh, no! It's an M16 upgrade. He's gone for the quad mount in this case. He's trying to stop the Grens getting a squad wipe. Snipe, however, eviscerated, disemboweled, and discombobulated across the battlefield. Oh, my.
He's just sleeping, Bob. He'll be okay.
The bits of him are sleeping, Ed. There's not much left.
Just lay
You
down.
can apply him. When a man can be applied to toast as pate, it's not looking good.
Mid-war nap time for the sniper, but that's a... Okay. Who replaced Noggano and TwistedTootsy with their unit preservations on Von Ivans or something? Because
No, he was
three
distracted by
wipes
the
already.
Gren situation. He thought it was the... Oh, I see what you mean in general, by the way. Yeah, you're right. But in this, just this one YP, he thought the M17 was... Or the M16, I can't keep up. He thought the quad mount was targeting the 2 Grenadiers. In fact, it targeted the sniper. And yeah, he probably should have gotten out there. Did he think he was in cover? He couldn't have done, surely.
He got slightly pushed out of cover, but he was in transition between 2 points of cover whilst getting shot at. So he was already seen. But yeah, just a bit of a brain AFK lapse, I think. We're allowed. It happens to the best of us. But good pressure here from Tootsie. Despite being pushed up back into his base. Now this is where the concentrated firepower comes down the mid.
Yeah,
Thompson's blazing.
He needs something big now, Noggano does. He's lost that sniper and TwistedTootsy. Although Noggano has all 3 victory points, what I'm thinking is the Talor mine. He needs that to go off and then he'll be straight back into things. Oh, that pack hits hard, though. He's going to try and get past it. This is the aggression of him. He's tracking past it. What was he thinking there? 2-2 could die, though, to the Thompsons. Yes, indeed it does. So it's an eye for an eye on Amelie Fields.
Just thinking freedom wasn't free, and I can kind of see what he thought. He thought like the pack might hit the low wall, stone wall, and just YOLO and force it. It's a high-risk maneuver,
Look
but
at this.
didn't pay out for him.
Grenadiers pushed all the way back. Noggano still has the map, however. Phosphorus thrown at the base exit. He's now going to branch out and take the cut-offs. He's going for the jugular, and this is what we like to see, a clash of styles.
Yeah, brilliant cut-off play now here from Tootsie. We just saw him back in his own base 1 minute prior. And now he's capping up that map and, yeah, turning the red tide blue.
And this is why cut-offs literally make Company Heroes work, because you can have different styles. TwistedTootsy did not try and cap the map back. He just went straight for him, outplayed him in that particular tactical situation. And he's still kind of in the game, so it allows for differing styles, the cut-offs do. So we're getting Royal Engineers next. We've already got British Medical Squad. He's got a good amount of fuel as well, so surely should be teching to the next... Oh, he's got it. He can get the Cromwell out now. He has enough resources for the Cromwell.
Yeah, it is like the most efficient teching. I remember Orange Pest always saying, Brits, you know, if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile in terms of their teching speed. But really, really tough times for Nico. He's got, conversely to Tootsie's fuel situation, he's got 7 income a minute.
What's Tootsie waiting for? Is he never thinking Comet? Surely. No, he's just going for the Cromwell, but just later. Okay.
It's been a couple of late, like on the 222 clicking and on the Cromwell, but they are managing a load of things at once. So
yeah,
like
yeah,
a water from the mid VP running back. Gotta remember that one.
Barely any kills on the mortar. Royal Engineers are out, so this Talor mine's days are numbered, but there's no vehicles on the field at the moment. Tommies versus LMG Grenadiers with an MG42 to back them up, and the spine of the map is turning red as Noggano pushes back out of base with his full army of Grenadiers. Rifle nade on the Tommies, so low health, this could be a fatality.
Oh, they retreated the perfect path away from the MG there. So blessed again is TwistedTootsie's infantry section that get home. That is the starting squad he gets, so still kept that alive. Whereas Nico now 4 Grens, Matt, 3 of them upgraded with LMGs. He means business. He's going full try hard, steam ahead it seems here, but still hasn't chosen a doctrine for 14 minutes in. What do you think of that?
Well, it's Wehrmacht. They can afford to do that. All of their munitions usage in the early game goes into, you know, upgrades to their units, so you can really afford to save your commander choices until you need to. TwistedTootsy is got an entire continent on his shoulders, and the Cromwell takes all of those grenadiers out. Did you say Noggano had 4 grenadiers? Because I only see 3, Ed.
Yeah, one just took a trip to the moon and never came back. Elon Musk experimental style, but they dropped an LMG as well, so that is a 3 Thompson with an LMG. Oh my god, that is just like the perfect
It's this guy
squad.
here. Look at this guy. That is brutality at its finest. It's a killing squad. It's a Terminator infantry section. They're no longer an assault infantry section. It's a Terminator infantry section.
Yep, that's what
Oh,
you
the
get
Telemine goes off
for-
though. Where's the pack in all this? He needs to get it into position ASAP. Can he capitalize? No, he can't, because the Terminators are knocking on the door. Getting murdered. Well said, Ed. Yeah.
Like, why do you position? Well, taking a hail.
Oh no,
Tommy
we've got a Faust coming in
on
from
fire.
the... Oh no, he senses it. He can get it maybe. Or maybe the Cromwell will YOLO no-scope him. Let's have a look. Oh, it's so close.
This is where you rage select ambush Jaeger infantry doctrine to get the ambush sprint. Sprint
What
all
a
his grants,
kill
but it
by
doesn't matter.
Noggano.
He gets it. Yep. Well played.
That's beautiful. He, you know, in times of trouble, the best players find a way, and he just about got back into things there and neutralized the, arguably a little bit the RNG that went against him when he got absolutely mullered by the same Cromwell.
Yeah, a bit lax from TwistedTootsy though, not to kind of find that mine. It was a fairly obvious place, but didn't go there with his sweepers, and that really worked out for Nico. And that huge advantage out of a fast Cromwell, just totally up the wazoo now. But he does have 3 highly vetted Thompson wielding assault infantry sections. So, it's just going to be constant headache for Nico to dodge all these grenades.
Yeah.
Very wipe-heavy centric squads. It's only 25 munis for these mill bomb grenades if he techs them up.
Yeah, I mean, the anti-infantry is in TwistedTootsy's favour until the Panzer IV hits the field. The MG play of Noggano, I feel, is going to be crucial on Amelie fields. He's really going to have to position it really well every time. But there's going to be so much smoke afoot. So... I mean, it's a very simple conundrum right now. The Panzer IV is going to be uncontested, so where does Twisted go from here? Likely into M10 spam, I would predict. So you're right to say his minesweeping has to be better, Ed, because he's got to watch out for Talers, surely.
Yeah, no, to keep that Cromwell alive was top priority, to have that advantage. And not to run around with a sweeper with it was just a bit lax, but here we go. The old trusty pioneers defending the field again, but there has been a smoke calling.
This is just
From the
ridiculous,
officer.
isn't it?
Yeah.
What a ridiculous unit. He's got so much smoke. We do have the Terminator. Tommy's in peril now. They are forced away. The Panzer IV making them pay.
Here we go then. Wolverine is going to be the choice for Tootsie. And he does have 33 fuel a minute income, so he could double up on these Wolverines fairly soon. But no AT gun, Matt.
No.
It's called mobile style.
Ultra mobile. Mortar gets a huge round off on the ground. He's forcing them away because of the manpower costs of losing individual soldaten. You know, or soldats rather. That's individual. But yeah, I mean, that's just Grenz in a nutshell. You get hit by 1 mortar round, you have all 4 models remaining, and you still retreat, Ed. That's Grenz for you. You don't want to mess around. 30 manpower apiece.
Yeah, no, and nobody's spamming the 5-man grenadier squads anymore. That meta's gone now. So it's back to good old 4-man Grens, but LMG Grens
for a shot, but the M10's on the response.
Yeah.
With a great first shot, the Panzer IV's reloading in the meanwhile. Now they've dropped to the same amount of health. There are Fausts protecting the Panzer IV, so the Achilles will not pursue. So, Achilles or Wolverine? Well, they're calling it Achilles, but Wolverine sounds so much better.
I think Achilles was the English version. And we had an MG point in the back way. The only way I remember that was Men of War.
Okay, fair enough.
Great. But like the MG by default, you have to spin around to shoot it forward, if you know what I mean, with the turret. I think the Hellcat was similar. Yeah, there's no Hellcats.
Did they manage to? They didn't make that change, it seems, for the
yeah.
Achilles, unquote unquote.
Yeah, but we'll see whether the Achilles heel is going to be this P4 for TwistedTootsy. But if your Brits set up with this much anti-infantry capability, Matt, like we were saying earlier, you're kind of chilling with two two Achilles, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a really good synergy. To be honest, he could do with another Sapper Squad and a Minesweeper, because then he could really start to flank the Panzer IVs undeterred. Oh, Grenadier down again! What a shot
P4
there!
team killed. Did you see the P4?
Was it the
hit
Panzer
two of his
IV
own
team kill?
Grens? Yeah, and then that set up the rest of the
Oh,
wipe.
so it was the health damage, I see.
Nico is biting his own face off in rage.
Oh, it must have
Just
been the
feel it
health
through the
damage.
screen.
There was no lethal friendly fire damage. Oh! Panzer IV makes up
Whoa.
for it. Panzer
Okay, he
IV just
can kill
doesn't care who
enemies as
you
well.
are, Ed. He doesn't care if you're friend or foe. You're gonna die.
Pure diversity in the workplace, appreciation from the P4. No,
He's an equal
discrimination.
opportunity murderer. I'm an equal opportunity murderer. I don't just pick on women or men. Oh, Achilles going straight in for the Panzer with the packs watching on. 2 packs, in fact. And does he come in with a second? No. In this case, he decides against it, and he's very right to, because that's deep defense by Noggano.
An MG42, an LMG was dropped on the capture point on the bottom right. Oh, double LMG squad Grens. Alright, Nico's back in the game.
Got 5-man Tommies as well now. Nagano's really pushed back. He does have a higher victory point count. But for how much longer with this capping? Meanwhile, infantry section has to be really careful here. Achilles goes in too far. Pax hits him. Mortar responds with smoke. We've got Tommy retreating through Hellfire Brimstone. No rifle nades on retreat. He's just trying to gun him down.
And we will see an AT gun selected by Tootsie. It is quite sad that we're still seeing this double pack gun meta, and it's so useful against mediums and heavies. That's why everybody goes it. But it is nice to see TwistedTootsy just trying some other ways around the meta and being more mobile with his anti-tank. But yeah, he's going to have to get an AT gun to back up the Achilles. But one thing I like, Matt, is they get a non-doctrinal, basically speed buff. They get a blitzkrieg, don't they?
Yeah,
with
that's
flanking
right.
speed.
Yeah, same as the in Co 3. You've got the Hellcats. They get it. It's pretty cool dynamic. I mean, I actually disagree with the community, although I do agree, obviously, double AT gun can get tiresome, but you've got to think how viable it makes infantry and rocket artillery in the late game. Because you need something that flanks the packs, or snipers even. You need something that flanks the AT guns, because then your tanks can operate, so it keeps combined arms going.
Yeah, and if Nico keeps donating his Grens to the wildlife fund and never coming home, it's going to be a short old game, I think. But second P4 will help stabilize things. And like I said, he's dropped all his LMGs like confetti. So he's got a double LMG Gren squad, whereas Tootsie's got a Thompson LMG squad. So yeah, the anti-infantry capability of both players now is top notch. Double AT guns actually on top of each other, Matt. They're like morphing one.
Yeah, Loveness was doing that yesterday. It was awesome. Loveness was countering macros beautifully yesterday with a double AT gun groups. Meanwhile, Assault Officer overstaying his welcome. TwistedTootsy not bothered about the manpower penalty. Grenade, phosphorus thrown on the MG42 as he pushes forward. Meanwhile, the Achilles is backing up. I think he's trying to tempt him into the 6-pounder. But the Grenadiers are in a forward-facing position. They should be able to spot for it. Look at this. He's just pushing in. He takes out the MG, removes the veterancy. Oh, but he loses a squad to it. Why did he go for the steal there, Ed? That was insanity. What are you doing? He's giving it. It's a Christmas present. An early Christmas present. Lend-Lease.
You were the chosen one. that was the squad with the LMG as well. Bad times.
Oh, packs are pushed up. Packs are pushed up, and the Achilles is in peril. Meanwhile, the mortar has been that could be stolen. It's a triple Christmas bonanza for Noggano, and the Panzer IVs are on the rampage as well. Twisted, what were you thinking? 3 things, no, nearly 4 now. They're going to go stationary. They're going to take this last Tommy out. Oh my God, it all came crumbling down for TwistedTootsy so quickly.
Yeah, does get a cheeky double bang off with those AT gun and Achilles combo, but P4 should be fine, and extra little blitz for the lulls.
Well, the thing is, Ed, is Noggano actually lives in Archangel, Murmansk, which is, of course, where our ships went to deliver the Americans' war produce in Lend-Lease. And TwistedTootsy is playing as Lend-Lease here. So what he's doing is he's just giving...
role-playing.
He's just role-playing. He's just giving him the mortar, the LMG back, you know, it's just Lend-Lease. He's role-playing. We should give him points for that. Cosplaying, I love it.
The vent ran out and he's had to give it back, but ooh, Achilles very wayward with a shot there on half HP. Luckily the two pack guns were facing the other way. Risky stuff here from Tootsie, and yeah, as he's lost all his anti-infantry pretty much squads, he's just got one Assault Thompson left now, and the officer. It does look like a rough climb back up for him now, and he was sitting pretty. He was in a good position, I thought.
Well, the victory points have just equalised, so he's got some comeback potential there, because don't forget he's still got his two tanks two of his tanks, and he's building a third. He doesn't have any anti-infantry anymore because all of his infantry died. Not great. He's crawling this grenadier like an angry rabid.
He's got to crush his way back into the game, you know.
Yeah.
Kill his speed booth and get crushed.
Panzer Force should be reacting to this. Indeed they are, and the packs, the whole army, in fact. M10's overstaying his welcome, and he knows it. That's why he's getting out of there.
One thing if Tootsie, you know, reviews his gameplay after the fact, he might look back and see, my sappers or my sweepers always quite far away from my tanks when I'm pushing in as well, so it's very risky. He could have very easily gone into a telemine on the left-hand side again, but
See, it seems like you'd be kind of judging the paintwork on the Titanic when it was the fact that he hit the iceberg and sacrificed strangely sacrificed his Tommies whilst under fire from two Panzer IV. It was the oddest
I think that's just hot-headed
ever.
Yeah, that was
Oh, we've got a flank coming from the
Here
Achilles. They're coming in for the Panzer IV. Both packs turn around to attack. He's going to sacrifice one of them to get the killing blow. Can he get it? He goes stationary and misses. And he's taken out of control elsewhere. That is well and truly GG. Looks like Noggano's going 1-0 up, Ed.
But there's one more Achilles Matt still in the backfield. Flanking round, charging head on into the pack guns.
Facing the right way. They're all dying.
No problem for me.
TwistedTootsy throws in the towel.
Oh.
And there you go.
GG.
Well, that was a crazy game. That was he had it, didn't he? He had it, and then he threw it all the way.
On how to throw. But it's kind of like to see other players, you know, that you play against and throughout the years. They're kind of like a player of your own heart, if you know what I mean, Matt. Like,
Yeah,
you kind of like the big throws because you're like, yeah, I can relate to that. you get in a nice stalematy position. Everybody's building up their big armies, forces, max pop cap or whatever, and there's like, nope, I've got dinner in 20 minutes. I'm going in. It's just, yeah, I don't know, a bit of impatience maybe, but still some genius smoke play early on. Was wiping squads for fun. Got rid of the sniper so well. So Nico's little mistakes there in the early game kind of got papered over the cracks a bit, Matt, I think, by TwistedTootsy just demolishing the whole building.
He lived by the sword and he died by the sword.
Yeah,
he was the only one playing around with swords. Noggano was trying to play company heroes and TwistedTootsy was trying to juggle sabers.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah.
But a brilliant, he's here for a good time, not a long time, was TwistedTootsy's motto for that game, I think. But well played to both players. It was good fun.
Zane, he's just tuned in. Yes, we can confirm that TwistedTootsy is 2-0 up after two hellacious games against Noggano. Noggano has been absolutely mullered and he doesn't know what's hit him. It's really exciting. He's got one hand on the trophy. This for the championship. Yes, Ed, indeed. AK 1-0 to Noggano. What are you guys on about, skinny legend? What are you trying to say? Just because I take a lot of crack. Eddie, still there, mate?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, good man, good man.
Ready and waiting, sir.
I can't believe we've never said Panzer 4 knocking at the door. Knocking on your door. That's it. Is it C4 knocking on your door? What is it from Red Alert 2?
Yeah.
Something
C4
like this.
knocking at your door. Yeah, must be a commando or something from Generals, maybe.
I didn't play
Who
enough
was the
Generals.
who was the? Was it
Yeah,
Colonel
SEAL, the
Burton
Navy
or something?
SEALs. That's it. It was the specialist force in Red Alert 2, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. I forgot about that. And you had dolphins attacking like giant squids.
And they introduced it in like the most derisive way. It's like they were
Naval
apologetic.
battles. Yeah.
They were badass. That was a really cool mission, the one on like Cuba with the nuclear missiles and everything. I remember that. You could spend hours on it.
Then there's Tanya as well. She always kept making reappearances in all the red alerts.
Yeah,
Yuri. I got Yuri's Revenge. I remember that in the little box. set thing.
Originally, she started off as like a Tomb Raider-esque figure. She was a badass that just so happened to be an attractive woman. And by the end of the Red Alert franchise, it was basically softcore porn. I swear to God, like Tanya went from being somebody that was so cool, like "Ka-ching, chew on this," and then eventually she was like, "Hey, Commander." It's like, what the hell? Like, hey, keep her as the one killing everybody. That's way better. But anyway, Ed, I'm just inviting you to a lobby, dear sir. Just getting
Oh,
you
okay. So yeah.
in. No, it's all right, mate. It's all right.
Spectate. Still like a 90-year-old working this thing. Yeah, great. I got it.
Good man, good man. And now I've got to get on the custom game lobbies and just hope that they've started and I can find it. It's such a fun mini game. Love it.
Do you like the look of that map though? The autumnal version. It was really easy on
all
the
this
eye.
autumnal stuff's really
It's
fun,
cool.
yeah. Noggano said BRB quick, so that means they've started. I just need to find it. I've got to search through all of the lobbies, which is my favourite thing. Got like 5 pages. When you're tired and you're trying to cast a tournament, this is just what you need. The mini game of reading 20 game names and trying to find them. 20 game names per page. Oh, there we go. Found it. I should
If
stop
they change
whinging.
their name like you do every 5 seconds, then it'd be even harder.
I do it for a reason. In mid-rank 1v1, Ed, I want to play people that are half stoned, half drunk, and don't care. However, if they see a name like Ed 80Hz or 80, they're, oh, I recognise him, I'm going to try my absolute hardest. And, you know, I'm like, no, we're here on a gentleman's agreement that nobody cares. We're all ranked 400 to 600.
I think most people just saw my name and was like, free win.
I think that's
Plus 10
because you got to the top 200 at one point, you know. I purposely like my ranks being kind of mid. I never try hard enough to try and push on. I just want to be chill.
There's
So
a
if anybody
definite
sees
nice.
it's me.
Yeah, there's like a sweet spot, isn't there, of ranks? I find like maybe 200 to 400, where it's just like, okay, you might not see the meta every game, but it's just fun. I find them more fun. The top 30 games, you could just almost tell their cookie cutter build straight off the pack, but not with TwistedTootsy though.
No, he's a bit of a
mixes things up.
unicorn in that sense. Yeah, the guy. I might dress my microphone up at some point to be a Queen's Guard, but you know, I kind of like the fact that it looks like like basically a robotic beef heater. Yeah, it's been like killed by a death ray, and all his flesh has melted off, and this is just his eyeballs and skeleton. That's possibly. Also, I'd finally fixed the buzzing. It was a feedback. It was a feedback loop between the mic, the stand, and like the ground. So I've had to wedge loads of paper towel in behind the microphone. I don't know if you can see my stream.
What? And that helped.
Well, because the mic was touching the metal, it wasn't in its cradle.
Oh,
it was
okay.
there was one bit touching the metal. It was creating a loop. It was quite interesting. Anyway, dudes, let's cast some games. And as we sneeze ourselves into existence, we find ourselves on Bocage Autumn, which is a brand new rework brought to us by K-Pen. He's trying to make his map a lot more appealing by breaking down some of these long field battles with some new hedgerow positioning. And to be honest, the games have looked pretty good on it so far. We do, unfortunately, for a lot of fans out there, have TwistedTootsy 1-0 down versus Noggano. Ed, what do you want to see differently from the Twisted Master this game?
Slight plan of the middle game going into the late game, because he just appeared to either trade everything for his opponent's units or go out crashing and burning. But yeah, just a bit more poise in the mid game, and I don't know if that's ever possible with TwistedTootsy because he's all or nothing. But he's definitely got the right faction for this sledgehammer approach, and he's not deterred from his build. He's gone straight in for the GG mortar. He's going to smoke and poke up the map, and yeah, well, it's interesting to see Nico's changed things up. I don't know whether it's K-Pen's Bocage has changed his mind, but he's gone straight in for the Jaeger infantry doctrine map.
Hope he's going to get a lot of munitions. That's what he needs. And the munitions points are quite close to the centre of the map, so they often change hands quite easily. TwistedTootsy is taking advantage of the fact that Commander Terminator has not initiated until the semi-finals of this tournament. I just thought there was too much chaos going on already with the Allies versus Axis and the different maps. So, yeah, we're not initiating CT quite yet, so he can keep on with this same faction commander. That's worked so well for him.
Good wiring off here from Nico's. Just completely
can't get in.
The assault infantry.
They're vaulting.
Sorry, just been blocked.
Found a way in, and then immediately you're up against 4 MP40s and 4 Mausers backing them up.
It's so depressing sometimes just how bad the MP40s are. Up close, you just think, yeah, got this. They barely tickled that assault section there, but the Grens... oh, sorry, yeah, the Grens are plucking away pretty good from long range.
Yeah, they tend to do that. It's like when you're the poorer kid at a water fight, and you've got like a water pistol from the back of a kid's comic, and all your friends have Super Soaker 7000, Gatling gun of water cannons. That's what the MP40
The rich kid just turns up with a fire engine. And
there was always one, and their parents always looked at them like they were like gods. Like they've got a huge water pack. You know, they've pressurized it to a 7,000 psi. Just fire it in your face.
I was happy to have a spud gun if I had one. But
yeah, same.
I don't think I ever got the
one of those one-shots. Yeah, one of those one-shots, I remember. Anyway, that's MP40s. We've had that discussion now, I guess. Let's cast the game, I suppose. As the mortar changes fire with 2 hellacious rounds, one after another. Grenadiers have to reposition behind this shrubbery.
Yeah, shrubbery plenty in this very luscious map, but MP40's on the right-hand side map, trying to get the wipe on these sections, but no dice. Don't even take a model off.
Nope. On the move, it's even worse. As the assault... Oh, this could be bad. There's 3 Grenadiers possibly gunning them down here. Oh, what a retreat path. The Grenadiers are hauling to get in position. And an execution within the first 4 minutes.
Yep. So the Pioneers were kind of baiting there well from Nico, drawing in that assault section squad just to stick around a bit too longer than it was worth. But a pretty hilarious bug I've just realised, Matt.
Go on.
Try and look at the name of the assault section's calling. Do you have $111?
Yes. Yeah, this bug has been in both because obviously Code 2 was just like a bolt-on for Code 1. This bug has been present like for 15 years. It used to be that if you ever messed with the game files even slightly, like you just get $ no key everywhere. And I'm so glad that the very first YouTube video I ever made was a joke about $ no key in 2011. I'm still glad it's part of the game as a rifle nade brutally eviscerates.
Some things just never change. And there goes the GG Mortar. Oh, really nice pick for Nico's army build now. It's no MG, 4 Grens, and a mortar to back up. Rough stuff for TwistedTootsy. He's even had a bad early game this time, Matt, so maybe this changes everything around and his mid-game will be amazing.
Yeah, I'm kind of like just sad. TwistedTootsy had such a good game 1. It could have gone so differently, and now he's having the worst possible start to game 2.
It's
Noggano.
normally though, like if I only got a few kind of competitive games lore of KO2 to compare to, but it was like when you give everything in game 1 when I played like Elpen, for
I
example,
was
and then in
thinking
game
of that,
2
yeah.
I'm just a complete brain mush.
Dude, we've
A
all tried our
mess.
hardest and felt what it's like to be a tournament competitor. We've never been as good as them, but we've been in situations where we've had friendly scrims and we've tried really hard, and you have this absolute dump of adrenaline after game 1. You go crazy trying to be competitive. You try your absolute hardest, and then you just can't make it happen in game 2. And these legends like Noggano and Loveness, Devem, etc. This isn't like an adrenaline dump for them. This is just another day at the office.
Yeah, like I think sometimes you still need that adrenaline though, even as like the Loveness, the Von Ivans who've done it day in day out, kind of these tournament games. They must still have that buzz. We've never really asked them in interviews, but
Yeah,
I think you still get that squeaky bum time. You know, like it's going down to
Yeah,
the
you
last
must
20
do.
VPs.
you must do.
Yeah.
I think that's why that GCS2 tournament was so difficult. You had some players like literally fighting tooth and nail in the earliest games, and some players were trying to conserve themselves for the finals.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking, how did Refero beat Devem? Devem at that point in time was #1 seed. Okay, 2-2 comes for the Tommies. But if you think about it, Refero played that game like his life depended on it, and you've got to believe that he was literally reaching down within something within him to make himself play that well.
Yeah.
Same
But
as any
also-
sport, any competitive activity.
Also, Devon maybe held back a bit and paid
Yeah,
the price
exactly.
for pacing himself. So
Correct.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So,
it's a good mentality, like seesaw, what to get. But here we go. Here's a little squishy Scott. The assault officer's been brought in now for TwistedTootsy.
thank you for trying to.
Why
continue to
has
cast
it
this
got a
properly.
different? Why has it got a different logo to the previous game?
That's it.
I'm so confused. Anyway, I might just be tripping. I don't really remember the parachute.
Air landing officer. Okay.
Could anyone like tell me how this game works?
Me too. Nobody plays Brits, so we need some.
I've
Has
lost
anybody?
my mind, I think.
Like, just pause. I just need to ask. And we won't hold this against you, chat. Just let us know. Are any of you Brit players? We won't get you banned. We won't. You'll be able to keep chatting. It's fine. But we just need to know: are you a Brit player, and can you explain it to us? We're normal people. We're not Brit players, so you have to explain it in human language if you can. Baby says, "Ask helping hands."
Save us, James. Yo. But here we go. Two Thompson wielding infantry sections smashing up the mid. Gonna start on this 2-2, and they could do a bit of damage to it. As can the Kraut mower. Yeah, wise move there from Nico, just pulling back, getting that pack 40 in position first before poking again with the 2-2. Solid stuff there.
Oh, the quad mount's doing excellent work on the 2-2 from afar, but the pack's waiting, gets a shot in. Not going to do a cheeky sprint, the Grens. I know.
Yeah, I was impressed with the. I thought it's such a long range, you know, and 222's somewhat armored car. Fake name, I guess.
Pioneers pushing through the centre. They're not going to go for the cut-off for now. Noggano's just going to chill and take stock of his gains.
We are losing a sector.
This aggressive assault infantry section play. The AIS getting close and personal. But the mortar of Noggano, the stolen mortar that is, does the health damage, and then the Grenadiers are ready to pick it off on retreat. Supreme brutality. That used to be negative cover. He should be okay these days, though.
It's almost like TwistedTootsy needs to stay away from the middle because that's the big open area where
Look at the amount of Talon
Rens
mines,
will
Ed.
do well.
Look at the amount of Talon. There's 3 Talon mines. And
Gotta make sure, Bob. 1s and 2s don't get through. 3s and 4s. I don't know. I don't know the rest of the rhyme, but whatever. Make sure.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the Royal Engineer's not been over there yet. He's been too busy trying to repair the quad mount, but really will be helpful if he does go over to that side of the map. Pat 40's repositioning may never even get the opportunity to be blown up by a mine.
What an opportunity. But, good retreat.
Like when
there,
you
though,
get
from
that big
Tootsy.
corporate interview, we just want to give you the opportunity to
To get
ruin
blown
your
up by
life.
mine. But still no MG42 from Nico. What do you reckon, man? Like if he wasn't,
There you go.
I
He literally
suppose-
heard you, Ed. He heard you. Look, he's just queued
Yeah,
up
but it's
as soon as you
it's
said
10
it.
it's
Oh,
10 minutes
Telemine
late.
time!
Oh, he
Everyone's
double heard
favourite
me. He's
time of
going
the
double
year.
MG.
Nice. He heard you
Oh,
twice, Ed.
what the hell? Okay,
Okay, he
So-
didn't go into Telemine Town.
Capture point.
what do
was
you think
thinking
about
of it.
this build though? It's 4 Grens. Do you just think mobility was a bit nicer not having static MG42 because you could get flanked and
That's
grenaded?
Bacage, isn't it? Mate, it's Bacage.
Mm.
It's a different map. And I say that in a very simplistic fashion, but not enough players think like Noggano is thinking.
Yeah.
You know, Bacage
True.
lends itself to that longer as kind of crossing in the woods style thought processes where it's big open fields. You got to control, baby. As the 222's going to try and bait him in. Where's the minesweeper? It's coming, but not fast enough. But he's wary of the pack. So is he going to sweep this here? Let's have a look. There we go. It just lit up, meaning it's been seen. He's now going to fire the M17 at it, possibly, or throw a grenade at it, maybe. I don't know. Shoot
it's
it,
great.
surely.
Great doctrine choice as well, Matt, for now bringing in these MGs. They're going to have ambush camouflage, which instantly
Oh yeah.
protects for it. So that's going to help a lot.
To Tootsie's credit, he's still in this kind of. Nice phosphorus grenade. M16 goes in. But he's hit by the pack through the bushes. And looks like he's going to survive. Oh, he goes for a follow-up.
Good attack ground efforts here from Nico. 222 shamoning into battle in reverse, but does see the suppressed engineers and sticks around to get repaired up. Solid play there from Nico.
He's now pushing up to take Noggano's fuel all the way north near the washing line there. The assault officer is leading
Capture point.
from the front. What the hell? He catwalks and throws the grenade into the MG's face. What a nice accidental bug used by TwistedTootsy there. Jumps in their house now.
Supply line.
Yeah, Noggano hard countering himself by not putting his MG in a in any cover, so the ambush camouflage wasn't put to work there. Big fight on the left VP. Oh, Noggano read it well. Look at that, Matt. Presence of mind. You know, his micro's going off the charts at the moment.
Yeah, TwistedTootsy having to cap with the two-man squad in the southeast because he's that desperate. Oh, but no, the air landing / assault officer is in a tricky predicament, having to run away. There's no DPS on retreat, it seems. He should be safe. Meanwhile, 222's continuing his assault. We do have an M10 Achilles on its way. We have engagements hotting up in the east. Grenadiers versus two-man Tommies. He does have backup. However, this game still has legs somehow, Ed.
Yeah, definitely. We don't see any P4 yet. That's like going to be
Squad
1
wipe
minute away.
northwest, Ed. Squad wipe coming in. 222's advancing. Oh, he's
Going
just
to be
about
red
making
cover.
it.
Oh, reload. Helps him out there. Gets home.
Very lucky. Meanwhile, Grenadiers have a similar tale of survival with a full health Soldat running back to base. Twisted has found a new well of adrenaline, Ed. He's been able to stabilize his nerves and his decision making, and he's slowly eking out an existence in this game.
Yeah, it's like a player inbuilt perk maybe where the more VPs he drains, the better he starts playing. He's
He's drained a total of 17 thus far, so it's going to be scary by the time he gets Noggano down to 100. Here comes the combo. The M10 and M16 jumping in against the 222. Needs a shot here. Pack hits him, and he can't find luck
swing
against
and a
this
miss.
222 at all.
Rough stuff there for TwistedTootsy. I don't know if the
He's tracking him with the
222 would've
pack.
gone down.
He tracked him with the pack and went for the shot, but did not have the range, but he did have the direction, so that shows he was accurate with his attack round, but he just hit a little bit of... There's no elevation, I don't know what he hit, but he hit it anyway. Maybe there's a tiny bit of map elevation just there.
Yeah, the fact that he's constantly going for these attack rounds, so one of them's bound to hit eventually. So it's good presence of mind from Nico. He's always trying them. And as the P4 comes onto the field, gets the MG42 upgrade straight away. And yeah, Nico's sitting pretty with a lot of G43s he opted for this time, Matt. So fire and maneuver.
Yeah, G43s for the maneuverability, MG42s for the static dominance, and here comes the blob. But the M16 has it covered.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Bit of mortar smoke. He's rebuilt the mobile smoke generator, so he's got it back because he was making great use of it. He had it stolen. He's just neutralizing the victory point here, keeping himself in the VP battle.
Yeah, meanwhile, Nico's mortar's not even set up, but they're just standing around having a coffee break or something.
Oh, no!
Teller.
He's hit there by a teller! Didn't even know there was one that
Aggressive
far up. I
teller,
swear he had swept that. He's had the minesweepers there before. He just never saw it. Oh, no. He's queues up an immediate M10 follow-up, but this is not going to create the armada he requires.
That's how he's lost his first medium in the previous game as well, so... Yeah, it's just one of those things that I have mentioned in the first game. If he watches back this series, that's one thing he can definitely
Well, he's
adjust his sweeper play with his tanks.
Indeed, he
Gotta
hasn't
keep
got the
them nearby.
presence. Indeed, he hasn't got the presence of mind to find the presence of mine. He's just not done it.
You could say that, and then also, why not double sweepers? Like, if you know Noggano's going to go so heavy on mines, I think it's a worthy investment.
Oh, we could find a rare win here. The quad mount's going deep for the 2-2-2, but the speed of the scout car and the Panzer IV jumps into action. Not a good idea. Meanwhile, he's just about getting his own cutoff back, but he hasn't even got the fuel east of it. And the Gren sits and lies in wait. Meanwhile, M10... Sorry, the Panzer IV is going to take out the M16. He hides behind a shed, backs up with overdrive enabled. Panzer IV's like,
Prolongs
where
his
are
life.
they? And he goes forward.
Great shake and bait, he gets out of there. Nice maneuver from TwistedTootsy.
Oh,
His
look at
vehicle
that
mic is
tandem.
top-notch.
It's incredibly top notch, and he gets a shot in with the heat grenade, then follows up with the main cannon, then comes in with the M16. These are the plays he needs to get back in because he needs to be chaotic. But oh no, he loses the quad mount.
Yeah, and didn't follow up the job on the P4, so...
Oh, no, he will. Now he will, Ed. He wants it.
Oh, this was...
Oh, dear.
This is bad, this is bad. Yeah, okay. Okay. Something's happened. But GG's, and yeah, Noggano just looks solid as a rock, Matt.
Solid as a rock. All right,
Yeah.
mate, fair enough. But
Cool.
thanks, Ed, for casting today. Even hungover. Hungover Ed is better than no Ed at all.
Well,
GG, well
you
played
can't
to
spell
Noggano.
unprofessional without professional, Matt.
Hope it doesn't say that on your CV. Right?
I burned my CV, just tossed it into the fire of Hades. But no, like
So
I
if we
think
go,
it's
sorry,
good
Ed, I
games,
was
good
just
games.
about to go to the brackets that I've just updated to show the semi-finals off, and I'm just showing them on screen right now. And basically, Ed, there's a line in the middle of the brackets, and this line represents a few things. It represents Phase 2. It represents the fact that it's going to be winter maps, and we're going to do Commander Terminator.
Ooh.
But it
Yeah,
also
yeah,
means that
just in
everything
time.
above the line doesn't count. So I'm just going to delete that now, because we've got our final 4 seeds, and the rest of the competition didn't really matter. So I've deleted the rest of the tournament.
Oh.
Top 4 seeds through to the semi-final. Control Z. Okay, there we go. Joke over. But yeah, the top 4 seeds are all the way through. We got our semi-finals now. So let's go.
So did Isildur shy away then when he's like, oh no, if I don't have my trusty Soviets, how can I win?
No, he
A
just I think
tourney, or
he
was
had
he just
in
not
IRL
signed up?
things. Yeah, I don't know.
Cool.
I think I think Devon may have spooked him because Devon was training hard to beat him. So
Yeah, and they were scrimming a lot. I remember seeing. So that.
but
Those were
Devon was
great
winning
games.
a lot as well. So I know Isildur won't thank me for saying this, but I predict he may have been a little bit kind of, oh, this is going to be a lot of effort. I'm kind of reigning world champion. This tournament's $800 for the win. I've already made $10 million in the last year.
By investing his winnings into Dogecoin. Or
So yeah,
Shiba
it's one of
Inu.
them. How do you get yourself up for a challenge? Like DevM, we all know is like horrendous to play against because his micro's so strong, and if he trains really hard, it would be a really tough challenge. He's kind of got that seeking kind of Kimbo chaos aggression factor that Isildur has struggled against. So I'm trying to make it sound like Isildur has wimped out of the challenge, but really I think he might have just had IRL commitments because it is getting close to Christmas. But he's our biggest player. He's our Lewis Hamilton. He's our Tyson Fury. He's our, our Roger Federer. So we have to. When Isildur doesn't play, everyone's just like, "Where's Isildur? Where is he?"
Where's Talisman?
Basically, yeah. Basically.
Yeah. Good stuff. Well, thanks for having me, Matt.
No problem, mate.
I'll
All
dip
right.
out and yeah, love to cast with you like always. And yeah, hopefully everyone in the chat is enjoying this kind of interesting setup of tournament. It's pretty cool to see,
Yeah.
not swapping sides. So yeah, it's definitely something different. All the best,
Definitely.
man.
Thanks, Ed. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Thank you as ever.
Take
Bye,
care.
mate.
Bye bye.